In my most recent video, I talked about the True custom goalie skates, and I talked about how great I thought those skates are, and how I think they're the best goalie skate on the market, and I still believe that. But I don't think I talked enough about the durability of these skates. I know I mentioned durability in that video, and I know I said that while True has had some durability issues in the past, they seem to have fixed those, and the skates don't seem to have as many problems with durability as they once did. And I'm not sure that that's accurate. Literally, as I was filming that last video, both my goalie partner and I had problems come up with our True custom goalie skates. Durability problems where the skates are falling apart in different ways. And I didn't think that it would be right to recommend the True goalie skates without a disclaimer talking about some of the issues that the skates have. And I want everybody to have as much information as possible before they go through ordering skates, because it is such a large investment. Skates are expensive, especially these skates. And while they're quality, they're expensive, but they also, like any other skate, have their issues. So I wanted to talk about some of the durability issues with the True custom goalie skates and different things that I've run into, not only myself, but maybe I've run into with other teammates or other goalies that I've talked with, and different issues that they've had with their skates over the course of time too. So historically, True has had two main issues with their skates. The first one is rivets falling out. And this is for the two-piece skates that obviously are the holder and the boot. For some reason, True skates have a hard time maintaining their rivets. The rivets seem to fall out pretty regularly, and this goes for player skates too, but obviously we're talking about goalie skates in this video. The rivets seem to fall out pretty regularly for whatever reason. And even when they're put back in, they still would fall out pretty quickly, I'd say within a couple months even of being put back in. And it's something that's kind of irritating to deal with. Especially if you have to take your skates to a pro shop, like if you don't have an equipment manager whose job is to make sure your gear is performing or is at its best all the time, and you have to constantly take your skates into a pro shop, maybe you're in youth hockey or you're in men's league hockey, it becomes pretty annoying and pretty costly to have them re-riveted all the time. So we hope and we think now that issue has for the most part been fixed. My goalie partner has the two-piece skates, and which obviously have rivets keeping the holder on. And he's had his for about probably 10 months, and the rivets all seem to look good still. So we're hoping that that's something that continues, and that problem's been fixed. The next issue that the skates have historically had in the past, and maybe not so much now, is that the True goalie skates always used to sort of come apart where they were glued together. So like with any skate, you have the carbon, the plastic, and the materials that make up the boot of the skate essentially. And there's different pieces of leather that are glued onto the side or glued together in different areas just to add a certain integrity, performance, or look, design to the side of the skate. And where those pieces were glued together, the skate would literally come unglued. It'd kind of fall apart. Now, it wouldn't affect the integrity of the boot or the performance of the skate, but it's still something that is still considered a durability issue. So, and we think now that since they've redesigned the skates a little bit and there's a little bit less glue on them, it seems, naturally there's less places where it falls apart due to the glue coming apart. So those are two issues that the skates have had in the past and seem to have had over the course of time that hopefully have been fixed. As far as we know, they've for the most part been fixed. But now there are more issues with the skates that have sort of come up pretty recently. Now, my goalie partner has had his skates for about 10 months, and I've had my skates for probably about six in that area. And we're both already having issues with the skates. One of the main issues that we're having right now, as far as durability is concerned, is the eyelets coming out of the skates. So for whatever reason, you're tying your skates, or maybe you're relacing your skates, and the one of the eyelets will just come loose and pop out completely. And that's something that's happened both with my skates and my goalie partner's skates. And so he's had to send his in to get the eyelets fixed on his skates, and I haven't sent mine in yet. I'm still working on that. But the eyelets coming out is definitely an issue with these skates at the moment. The next issue, and I'll put a picture up on the screen, that I've encountered lately is that the side of the boot on my one-piece skates is cracked. So here's the picture. You can kind of see there's a pretty decent sized crack on the inside of the skate there, and it's either a crack or it's a large chip. Either way, it's pretty concerning. When you're spending this much money on a skate and you're investing this much into a skate, it's sort of concerning that they can kind of just get hit with a puck and all of a sudden now they're cracked and broken. And this hasn't affected the integrity or the feel of the skate or the boot. But again, it's obviously not ideal. And it's not like there's water going into my boot, but it's still pretty concerning. And what makes it more concerning with the one-piece skates versus the two-piece is that with the one-piece skates, if your boot breaks or your holder breaks, you don't have a skate, right? Like, because it's all one piece, if part of it breaks or explodes on you, you don't have a skate to wear. You maybe have to send them in to get fixed, or maybe if they're under warranty, True will send you a new skate. We'll talk about that in a minute. We're still working through the warranty process with True. But the concerning thing is that if your one-piece skate breaks, you have to use a backup set of skates. And that's not a spot you want to be in, where you have to use a completely different skate for games or practices or whatever because your skates are broken. And that's one of the concerns. Or like I said, we're not sure exactly how True handles that issue. So between the eyelets coming out and the cracking or the chipping of the one-piece skates just from getting hit with pucks are the two new issues that have seemed to arisen lately with the True skates. So we're still trying to figure out the warranty situation with those. What we do know is that the warranty seems to be 6 months. So my goalie partner's skates, which are 10 months old, his aren't under warranty anymore, so he has to get them fixed. Mine are 6 months old, and they should still be under warranty. So we're working through that process right now, but we're not sure exactly what it is. So as we know more, I'll make another video going over the warranty process with these True skates and how True handles issues such as the skates cracking or breaking, because obviously that's a big concern when you're using these skates. One thing I do know is that in the past, last year, one of my defensemen had the tendon guard of his skate break off, and I think his skates were maybe 2 months old, and True sent him a brand new pair of skates, so that's awesome. Hopefully that's how they handle these types of issues. But like I said, warranty, we're still trying to go through that, and once we get to the other side of once we get to the other side of working through this warranty situation with True, I'll make a video sort of explaining that process. So those are some of the issues that we're facing with True skates nowadays as far as durability is concerned. And durability is an issue because if you don't have, like I said, if you don't have an equipment manager or somebody whose job is to make sure your skates are working the way they're supposed to and all your equipment is, then having to take them into the pro shop all the time to get them fixed or whatever the case may be is something that's, again, irritating and costly. It's pretty annoying to have to do. Now, the difference may be that if you only skate 1 hour or 2 hours a week, once or twice a week, the skates will probably last you a little bit longer and they'll probably be better for you. Like my goalie partner and I, we do this, we're pros, so we're on the ice, at least 5 or 6 days a week. So our skates are going to get a lot of wear and tear in a very short amount of time. If you're on the ice 1 to 2 hours a week, this may not be something you have to worry about as much. So that's something to take into consideration when you're thinking about how long these skates would last and how long that they'll hold up. Because when you are spending so much money on something, you do want the skate to hold up for a long time, obviously. So, between the rivets and the coming unglued or falling apart sort of, we think that those issues have been fixed, but the eyelets and the cracking or breaking or chipping, whatever you want to call it, on the boot of the one piece are things that we're still dealing with right now. And I wanted to talk about the durability of these skates because I wouldn't feel right recommending them if I didn't also talk about all the issues that these skates have and issues that we've had with them. Now, how these issues compare with other brands and other goalie skates, I don't know. I haven't worn other goalie skates in a long time because I love these skates so much. So, Bowers and CCMs and all those other brands could have similar issues or worse issues. I'm not sure. I just wanted to let you know some of the issues that are going on with these skates before you order them or before you buy them, just so you have all the information you could possibly have about them. Now, if anyone has had other problems with their True skates, please put those in the comments. I mean, we would all benefit from hearing all the different issues that these skates may have so that we can all make the best decisions on whether or not they're right for us. So I hope this video helps. I hope you feel like you have, a little bit of a warning or a disclaimer before ordering them, and you have a good feel of what issues you may encounter with them before you buy. Again, just so you have all the information you could possibly have at your disposal before ordering skates. So once I get through this warranty process with True, I'll make another video. But until then, thank you, and I just hope that you have as much information as you can possibly have before you make a decision on the True skates.